Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of the Level Up Academy Anthology by the gifted bipolar writer. If you do not know who that is, what? What rock are you under? Anyhow, for all my global listeners to Spotify, Apple, Google, Listen Notes, and everywhere else in iHeartRadio. Wow. This week, this is breaking protocol for me because usually you wait 3 months for the people, sometimes 4 months, but this will come out in a couple of days. And the reason for that is I have a surprise for you all. It's an amazing conversation with amazing human beings that you can possibly meet in your life. Are you guys ready? Let's go ahead and start. Kick some booty for a little bit. Are you a curious student, eager to learn new skills and make your mark in the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your full potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work.
Are you guys ready? I am so excited. You have no idea why I'm so excited. Do you know why I'm so excited? I could scream right now. Oh, you know why I'm so excited?
Okay, let me stop in the serious mode. First of all, I am so thankful and grateful to be surrounded by amazing human being, right? On top of my sisters, you guys know who my sisters are. I'm an only child, just FYI. But my supportive sisters, we're talking about Nick, we're talking about Susanna, and we're talking about Christine Jones. Those are my supportive sisters. I have sisters everywhere in the world. I have brothers everywhere in the world. And if you are not my sister yet, you can apply. I definitely will take everybody and anybody right at this moment. I love having people. And today, you know why I'm so thankful is because I get to be the one that gets to help. And my sister's been helping me with the project that my crazy ideas. And she's been there for me for two major project that we're going to do again next year. Do you guys know what I'm talking about or who I'm talking about? Do you know? Anybody know? Nobody knows? Can someone tell me who it is? Do you know? No? It's my sister, Nick. How are you, sis?
Would
I
you
can't
like
hear
that
you.
if I unmute the mic?
There you go. I was like, wait, I can't hear you. What is happening? How are
It's time to put my
you?
hand up to be like, I know the projects. 50 inspirational connections on LinkedIn. We'll be back next year, folks. Make sure you're ready. And
Yeah.
Recharge and In Charge Global Summit, or will we be changing that up a little bit?
Yes, we are gonna change up a little bit. We're gonna probably will do a hybrid. That's the plan, but plans always change, so we'll see how that goes. And then talk to us about the anthology that we're doing because this is your dream come true. But kind of walk us through the process before we bring in the rest of the crew.
Okay. Wow. What's the process? The process is you have a dream, you have some idea of how to get there, you recruit the best of the best, and you run with it. That's pretty much how the process broke. I did author 3 times this year, and all the books went to #1 international bestseller. And the second one, I kind of grabbed CJ, Christine, and Susanna and said, come on, let's do this. Come write with me. And they did. And I think since then we have been inseparable. We pretty much tackle everything together. So if one sister wants to get something done, we're all in. And this time it just happened to be me. And I dreamt of, publishing before the end of the year. And this is that time to do that. So am I frozen? Because I look frozen from my end.
It looks like you might be, but no, you're not now. No, I love that. And you make it sound so simple. And we have first-time authors in our crew. And they want to make sure that they're doing their best and they're stressing out and they're like, what if I wrote the wrong thing? What if the people that I'm writing it to doesn't get it, or if I offend them? Like, there's so many what ifs, right? We make it sound like it's so easy because I'm on my 5th book, you're on your 4th or 5th book, and Sister Susanna's the same thing, and she even has a solo book. Like, we make it like a career, like, okay, it's not that easy. I think the hardest is the beginning book.
It always is. I mean, back in March, I was writing a blog and doing my posts. It's not like I knew anything about authoring in a book. I just happened upon an opportunity and said yes. And let me tell you something. I was right where some of the authors are right now. Me? Right? What? Huh? And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And time crunch, just as I'm crunching everyone right now because, Nick and her last minute, I want to do this like 3 weeks ago. There's so much that this book means so much to me on so many levels. And I was telling my husband the other day, one of the greatest gifts that I get with this book, and I'm getting a gift, is that for my friends that are going to author with us for the first time, I get to be part of what they're going to experience. And that first time for me was, I tell them, if you're excited now and you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm really enjoying the process now, wait for launch day and be ready, because launch day you are going to have such a mixture of emotions. That is a priceless feeling. So it's amazing to be able to share that. As for the seasoned authors, I have to say, I just love it because, the mix is great. The mixture of everybody's stories, we're all different. We all have different families. We all come from different cultures. But as the chapters come out, you realize they're very similar threads that bind us, and that's humanity. I, this book has exceeded anything that I had hoped for. And my inspiration for the name actually was my mom. My mom passed very suddenly, and I did not get to say goodbye. And I'm pretty sure she didn't know that anything was coming. 1 minute she was here, and 10 minutes, sudden cardiac arrest, and she was gone. So you can leave a legacy. And if you look it up in the dictionary, it's usually a request of property, maybe monetary. Um, you can leave all the money and all the property to someone, and that doesn't guarantee that they're going to live a long and happy life. There is so much more to leave as your legacy, to maybe guide them through life. And I try to imagine what she would say if she were here to me, and if she were the one writing in this book to me. And I know everything that I'm writing in the book is what she would write. So I feel like I'm actually carrying on her legacy. Sis, mute.
Of course. I just followed you. I'm like, that's such a great legacy. And I wanted to actually say hi to our YouTube people. I see Lonnie there. Hey, Lonnie. I see Gabe. What's up? Thank you guys so much. Yeah, Sia is on LinkedIn. And she's like, why am I somebody here by myself and I can't see comments? LinkedIn is kind of, a little moody. So we love to have you in YouTube because I can see everything in YouTube. But thank you so much for sharing that background, because now we're going to deep dive into the people who are here and part of the legacy that we're creating together. I'm going to bring in two of our sisters that's going to be in this. Our main editors and craziness ideas, Sister Susanna and Christine. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good.
They're doing good and loving me for now. Until the weekend when they're like, we're divorcing the sister. She's crazy.
No.
I know.
No, sis.
Well, I wanted to ask Susanna first. What kind of thoughts were going through your head? Because you are a seasoned author, right? And this is another anthology that you've done. What are some of the things when Nick says, oh, we're going to write an anthology and we're going to talk about our legacy? What are some of the things that were going through your head?
Okay, so since I've already done, this is number 4 in terms of anthologies. And the third one with you two and the second one with Christine. And the thing is, by the beginning of January, I'll have done 7 books in 6 months. So really what I was thinking about when she's talking legacy and passing it down, part of me was kind of focused on who am I really giving this to? Because I don't have kids of my own. I do have my daughter who's adopted, but I don't get a lot of connection with her. And the other two, the stepdaughters, it's just kind of like I've been on my own. So now is who do I give this message to? And my focus is on being your authentic self. And since my whole talk, the way I speak with people is to move beyond boxes and shine, that's the message. I wrote mine to all the women that come after me, everybody that is stuck in a box, stuck someplace, and trying to ignite that awareness that it's time to move beyond the boxes.
We're all quiet because I'm listening to Susanna saying who she wrote to and all the women to come in her future generations. And as I read the chapters in this book, and without the girls, I have no idea how we would have gotten through 21 chapters and edits. Um, so much of what came out were the different ways that people view legacy and who they were actually writing to. So even though this book is a common theme, it's a very special book because it's not a common theme. It's a common theme that joins us, but actually really spotlights our individuality, our individual families, and the intricacies of those relationships and cultures. So, you know, some people wrote as their legacy in the present, some wrote it as if they were already passed away. Um, I just, for a first book, and who knows if there'll be another one, this has just blown my heart completely. So, okay, Christine, help me
You're
out
not
here.
allowed to cry.
Such a crybaby.
Do not cry.
I know my company's like, is she on live crying? Like, take that hat off. I have hot head. That's why it's on. I'm sorry. I've been wearing this all day.
Oh goodness. So when you approached me with that anthology, it was during a very challenging time. I had just lost my husband. Hopefully I get through this. I was going through my husband's things with his daughter, and she said, "I won't know anything about my family. I don't know anything." And my husband diligently took pictures while he was going through chemo. And while he was doing that, he took pictures of the family, recorded the backs of all of the pictures. There was recordings of everything. He put all of the family belongings all in boxes. Um, and we realized after his dad had passed away, we had lost a lot of history. And so leaving a legacy is very important so people know where they've come from and where they're headed. So that's why this was so important to me. So this is partly his legacy and mine intertwined. So it's going to be given to his children and to his grandchildren and to my family.
I know there's a lot of what appears to be sadness up here, but I know that at the core of it all, it's actually springing from a lot of joy.
Mhm.
This was by far the hardest piece of work I've written, but I know that everybody came out of it joyful in the end because of the ability to give tribute and to celebrate life of those past and, celebrate our lives now here in the present because every day we continue to contribute actually to our legacies. And there'll be many, many years ahead of us that won't be in this book, but our legacies continue to grow. So this is a joyful moment, even
It
if
is.
one eye is crying joyful tears and the other eye is crying sad tears. But that's okay. That's my bipolarness. And welcome to next week.
Welcome to life. That's life.
Yeah, that's called life. Well,
Uh-huh.
I love that everyone, all four of us, have been intertwined forever, and it was meant to be, honestly, to be together and create projects that have meaning. It's beyond even our wildest dreams, right? And we're going to continue on impacting and inspiring everyone who's willing to be with us. And speaking of everyone, I'm going to give each author who was not here, somebody's supposed to be here, Danielle and Michelle, to be here. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. I'm going to first bring up Russ. And when you come up here, I want you guys to think about what part of the book that you've written with us right now, what part of it that affected you the most? And what do you think your family would say? Okay, so we're gonna bring in Russ.
Hey,
Hey,
Russ,
that
Hi.
is. Hey, everybody,
love you.
ladies. I am honored to be among your company and be part of this whole anthology, this project. And thank you for letting me be there. Thank you, Nick, first of all, and the rest of you for all the hard work you're putting into it. And I'm blessed and honored. Thank you.
Very, very welcome, Russ.
So, should I just jump right in and answer those questions, CJ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to do that. You know, I this is really personal to me this time in my life because I am all about people and I'm all about connection and community building and I'm all about inspiring and encouraging others. And that's why I'm the inspiration specialist. But this last year and a half, I've gone through a cancer journey that really affected my life. And it's important for me to know that I'm so much bigger than my problems. And if anybody has seen Nightbird on America's Got Talent, that was her quote. So true. I am so much bigger than my problems, so much more than my problems. And there's so much more to life than my problems, your problems, everything going on in this world. Because you know what? I'm a strong man of faith. And in this world, God said we'll have troubles, but He's overcome the world. We can overcome things together and move forward and make a positive impact, make a real difference on the world. And I want my future generations to know that they can be difference makers and world changers. They can do amazing, amazing things. And what I do is take this cancer journey and I use it as a launching pad to tell them some things that I think is important for their life. I talk about being thankful. I talk about really knowing your purpose and your why in life. I talk about connecting, building community. We are better together. And I talk about giving and helping others. And, you all are such a huge, great example of that, giving and helping others. And I'm just so thankful. Here we're rolling into Thanksgiving this week. I am blessed beyond measure. And I am just so thankful that I can be part of this, that I can share not only with my future family generations, but I can also share with other people because when I'm able to bring joy and bring just a better life to somebody because of what I've gone through, it's all worth it. I would not go back and change anything because it's given me opportunity to bless other people. And I think God is really using me in that every day of my life. And I'm just so thankful for that. And yeah, I'm just so thankful you have me here today.
Wow. Thank you so much, Russ, for sharing that. I'm thankful to have known you, have met you, and be part of your show as well. I think when you have good people with good vibes and good intentions, everything seems to just be good. Right? It's just on that
Amen.
journey of good. And no matter how many people try us, okay? I know some people try me lately. Um, it doesn't matter. I don't get shaken by it. I mean, so Santa gets the
Right.
vomit of my issues, but that's beside the point. I literally like Susanna, and she's like, "Are you okay now?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel better. I just needed a vent." But at the same time, when we find good people and we're in this journey, it's like a piece of us is out there now,
Yeah.
not only for our family to get inspired 100 years from now, but the people who are still living right now to really say, hey, I too can do this. I too can be where I need to be if I just show up for myself. So, what an inspiration. And I cannot wait for people to read your journey as well.
Oh,
Right?
I'm excited too. And I'm so thankful that you got to read over that and give me suggestions and help me on that. And by the way, I would just like to say, not only thank you for being on some of my live streams, CJ, but I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early on a live stream. So we'll see you tomorrow.
7
I put it
a.m.
in.
I told
I
my
put
husband,
it
I'm
in
like,
the
that means I have
comments.
to get up at like 5:30. I gotta put my face on. And my husband's like, can you imagine if you just, I'm like, I look pale without, Susanna seen me without my makeup on, and I just look pale, like white nothing. So yeah, no. But I will be there 7 a.m. bright and early.
Right
Next
on.
is our brother Willie J.
Hey, hello everyone. Shout out to the sisters and my boy Russ. My friend Russ is a great guy. Been on his show a few times, and Dr. Leland. It was an honor and a pleasure doing your summit, being one of the speakers at your summit this year, and just to see the power of collaboration and community amongst you powerful women leaders, man. That sisterhood is strong. I saw the tears streaming, and I'm like, oh wow, this is surreal. Leveling up. That's how you level up. You turn that pain into gain, and I'm just excited. Thank you for the invitation and the opportunity to talk about legacy. I immediately, when I saw the title, A Note to Family, and I Am Your Legacy, I just believe it's going to be an impactful project for the ages, because life is all about legacy, right? And I automatically think about journey in a relay race. Something I'm kind of writing about and touching on, life being a relay. We run fast, we run to put others in a position, and everything that we do, I think, is very important. And shouts out to you, Suzanne and Nicole, for this amazing baby that you're trusting us to co-parent with you. This is my third anthology right here this year. The first two was international went bestsellers. I had a pleasure co-authoring with you sisters, Suzanne, Nicole, and Dr. New was at the summit, and they say three's a charm. So I'm looking forward to this. And I think the thing that impacted me the most was definitely life being a relay race, and being able to pass that baton on and put others in a greater position, because everything that we do is always bigger than ourselves. And I think I'll stop right there without giving up too much of what I'm going to be writing about. But thank you guys
I'm like,
for
keep it flowing.
thank you for this
You still
time
owe
and
me.
opportunity.
You still owe me. I'm putting it live right now. Live stream,
Go ahead.
YouTube, 7,000 people watching. You owe me
All
a
right.
music,
Uh-huh.
jazz music. We're
I
gonna go
got
live
you.
and you're gonna
Oh
perform.
boy,
I got you. We have
Yeah,
to get
you're
to
gonna
that baby
bring it.
grand. It's
you've
all
been
good.
called out. You've been called out.
Yeah,
Thank
I do
God for
not
you,
take no
young
for
lady.
an answer.
Yeah,
Oh my
thank
gosh.
God
Okay,
it's
so we're
permanent.
gonna bring in, right? We're gonna bring Carolyn, and Carolyn literally looks like, oh my gosh, who are these people? They're crazy. She's giving me that face. I feel so bad. Nicole, save Carolyn.
Oh, I'm totally gonna save Carolyn. So Carolyn is my coworker, and I know she's cracking up right now because I'm still in my island gear. So we work together at Island Elevator. And we were chit chatting last Friday, and I started sharing about my project. I have to say that my company is extremely supportive of my endeavors outside of my career. They know that I own my own company. They know I'm working on this anthology. They've already said, you make sure when those Amazon links come out, you share. The entire company's going to buy your book. I'm like, awesome. Um, so we got to talking. I said, hey, girl, do you like to write? She's like, what? I love to write. I write all the time. I'm like, do you want to have on my project? That was it. Done deal. She, over the weekend, pushed hard to get her stuff done, to be a part of this. And I am just thrilled. And to all of you, you guys keep telling me thank you. What? You don't tell me thank you. Thank yourself. Thank yourself for saying yes to yourself and your families for taking this opportunity. I'm not the one to thank. I'm not writing your chapter. You are. So, Carolyn, you still want to be friends with me?
Of course, Nicole. Are you kidding me? When you told me about this project, I for the longest time the story, the chapter that I gave to you, I've always wanted it out there because it explains the person that I am and that I'm growing into being to being the mother that I am for my son. So when you turned around and you were like, "Hey, do you write?" I was like, "Yeah." And then you started talking about everything, and I was like, oh, yes, I'm definitely want to be a part of this. What do I need to do? And right away I came, straight away. I got you the 1,500 words, I think, the same day, right? So what really was for me, it was like actually seeing my story on paper and realizing, because I grew up in a household where my mother was a drug addict and alcoholic. And I also suffer from the same autoimmune disease that she has, which is asystemic lupus. Basically, if you don't know what it is, it's when your immune system thinks all your major organs are diseased in your body, so they attack your healthy organs. I've actually had a procedure done with my kidneys because my kidneys almost shut down at me at 26 years old. This is going back 10 years ago. So behind everything, I was always told I was going to be just like my mom, because I was following some of the same footsteps as she was. I had my son very young, which is what saved me. That's going to be my legacy. I want to be a better mother for him than my mother was. My mother, when she was amazing, she was an amazing mom. But when she was down that trail of addiction, there is no end to her destruction. So the reason why I wanted to get this out there is because I want to help other people who are sitting in my situation. Whether it doesn't have to be your mom, it could be a loved one, somebody who's dealing with addiction themselves. When it comes down to dealing with an addict, they got to still remember it is a disease within its own.
Yes,
That
it is.
the person is self-sabotaging. So I'm hoping that when my story gets out there, that it'll just touch people, and I can, get out there, and I would love to be an advocate for those and talk about my experience with my mother, to know that you're not alone. You shouldn't have to go about living your life feeling like, why is this happening to me? It happens to everyone, around us, and it affects the addict, affects everything. And growing up, I've had to go to Al-Anon meetings because of my mom. I've actually sat through AA meetings myself, and I'm not an alcoholic. I wanted to understand the portion of why I grew up the way that I was, and understand my mother's mental capacity, because it stems down from the lupus with the mental illness. And that's where, when Nicole said, okay, hey, can you get this to me by this day? I was like, I can get it to you by today. Because for me, that's part of my legacy, is surviving my mother's addiction and becoming the mom that I am, that I always wanted for myself. So my son would never have to sit there and think, well, where's my mom? Is everything going to be okay? So
You're a survivor, true
yeah.
and true.
Thank
And the beauty of these types of projects, they go far beyond what you would ever imagine. Now, Carolyn and I are connecting on a level that we haven't connected before. And it just goes to show you, you can work with someone and really and truly never know their story, even though you go to work every day and smile and say, good morning, and how was your weekend? And I feel like through this project, every single person that wrote, whether I knew you well or not, I now know you to deeper degrees. And I think that we all felt that way, and we all felt very connected. I can't thank you enough for saying yes. But again, thank you for saying yes to yourself. Constance, before you jump in, I have to say hello to everybody because I see everybody there. And I know we all want to say hello to all of you. So I see some of our co-authors out in the audience. Michelle, I see Kristen, Dr. New. I hope that if you guys aren't coming in tonight, that you will be on later on in the week, because I know we're going to be doing some more of these. And I really want to give 2 shout outs. One to Gabby Leal. I see you there. Gabby Leal was definitely instrumental in my start in many things. He was the first this I ever looked at. I never knew what the hell a live stream was until Thanksgiving last year. His was the first I ever looked at. And then he went off air because it was the end of the season and I was pissed. But, because of him, I'm now not only constantly looking at them, but I'm now a part of them. And I want to give a shout out to Lonnie Ray. Lonnie is awesome. She's an awesome publisher. And it was an absolute honor to write in Rattle the Wake. Quite a few of us up here did write in that book as well. And, we have to honor each other in the same capacity of what we do. this world needs many of what we do. So thank you so much for all that I learned from you. And let's do this. Let's get out
All
there and let's
right.
put our legacies out there.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and put Dr. New up. And I'm also going to bring up our sister Danielle at the same time. So we're all here. It's like the Brady Bunch, like which corner we're doing today. But we're going to start with Dr. New. Hello, sister. Welcome. I wanted to know a little bit of what you wrote on this anthology and why.
Well, I just want to say good, I don't know if good morning, good evening from those who are watching around the world, because I know it's a global, it's not just an evening for those who are local to us. But those who are watching, I want to say that I'm very blessed, honored, and grateful that you're taking your time to watch and listen to all of us. And those are on stage. Personally, I want to say thank you to Nicole, Suzanne, Christine, and Dr. CJ, Russ and Willie, Danielle, Carolyn, and everyone in this amazing anthology that is, put together by the brilliant Nicole. I always want to leave with gratitude and end with gratitude. And one of the things that I want to share why I'm doing this is really my calling was how can we amplify what our heart and desire.
We can't hear you.
Haha, and I'm asking, did we lose her? And my mic is off.
No. I can't hear anything she's saying. Can you guys hear anything she's saying?
No, but it's funny because I'm trying to tell you that, but my mic's off, so of course you can't hear me telling you that.
Dr. New, we can't hear you. Oh no, she went away. Okay, we're gonna come back to her. Danielle, welcome, sister. How are you?
Hey, Danielle.
Hi,
Hey,
Nick. Hi,
Danielle.
everyone.
Hey,
Thanks for
what's up?
having me. Can you hear me okay?
So, talk to me. Yeah, talk to me. So, you and I met at a face-to-face veterans with Sandra Gonzalez. We
Yes.
actually, you stepped in the booth that I am in, our table, and then we start talking, and then from there we just like keep talking every night. It seems like, right?
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. Dr. CJ has a way of pushing us to our fears and challenging them. So I'm very thankful for that. And Susanna has to hear me too because she's just amazing. So I'm always doing that. And Nick, thank you so much for, inviting me to share my story and my legacy to the world. Um, so I'm very grateful for this opportunity and to be surrounded by such accomplished people.
So tell me, when you wrote your anthology, what is it about and how do you feel about that?
So it was very emotional for me. I've always wanted to leave a legacy for my family. So I had this whole spiel of what I was going to say today. But when I'm realizing that I'm leaving a message for my kids and my future generations, but even more so, I'm expressing gratitude to those who came before me. Um, I think Dr. CJ knows this, but my mother-in-law passed away at the beginning of this year, and it was really tough for us. And we lost my father-in-law about a couple years ago. And so it's like, you don't realize how much they affect you and how much they mean to you until they're gone. And so every day, my last conversation with my mother-in-law was, Mom, my business is doing great. We're going to be able to take care of you now. And sorry, it's really hard.
No,
And
sorry. No, sorry. You're in a
that's
safe
true.
space. You're in a safe space. Remember that, okay? No sorries in safe spaces.
And so I try to remember, to hold on to my faith and let it guide me. That even though we're in a time of uncertainty, that's what my piece is called. It's a blessing because how great it is that I get to call her my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. And we get to express all of the gifts that they gave us in their life now. And so that's what my goal is. It's aligned with my mission to leave a legacy for my children. So I don't know how I'm going to top this, Nick. This piece. So it's very emotional for me.
Couple of things.
Thank you
One,
for sharing.
incredible. And I want to say to Carolyn as well, because that level of vulnerability does not come easy to everyone, and it takes time. And what I see is two of you, it means so much to you that you almost put that aside because of the goal in front of you. Danielle, you're living their legacy. You're writing a book about legacy to leave your children, but you are actually the living embodiment of their legacy. And that's the beauty of it, right? Generation to generation to generation. One's passing it, but one's currently living it. I'm living my mother's legacy. So be very proud of yourself. You say you're on stage here with all these accomplished people. Look left, right, up, and down. One of us is looking at you, girl. You accomplished too.
Brady Bunch. Dr. New is back. Thank you. All right. So let's bring you back in, sister, in this conversation and continue what you had said before.
Don't we all love technology?
Oh, yeah. We just go with the flow, just like
And so
Willie
I
J
go with the
said.
flow and like hop on the
Yeah,
laptop or whatever, and we'll make it work.
that's right. That's right.
I just want to. I think one of the things I want to share why I'm doing it is really not only for those who are our immediate family, but it's really for me. I felt all of us, whether in this life or many lives before, we are all connected and we're brought for a reason. And so, one of the things, family is not just blood family by blood, but there are those that came through and join us in our journey, in our path. Like now, we are so much bond as a family. That's the bond that's so strong. It's unbreakable because of that. Not only friendship, family, it's just a lot of sacrifices. And I know that each and every one of you made sacrifices and that we had to overcome. And as I was writing my chapter, I had tears too. I had, struggles and, things that I don't think my family would know until it come alive in our books, Nicole and everyone on the show. And I want to surprise them because they don't know. And I think because when, nothing wrong with our family trying to protect us, right? They don't want us to do things that they don't see the fruit yet, right? And a lot of things that we do, they see so much work. We put our health, we put all into something that we have our hearts and soul into. But when I see so much impact that people, by the people that get touched by what we share in our stories, that in itself is very impactful. And to be able to have that voice to elevate for others who don't have a voice. And I can speak on saying, who am I to say I can be a speaker? Who am I to be an author? Those are only like those are how the limiting belief on most people, even myself. And so for us to, this is my second anthology. The first one was with the Rat Awake with Lana Ray. And it's, like others on this stage, that it's just the unbelievable process, the impact that you're able, and you still can't believe. Earlier today, CJ, and I was texting her, and she was like, on the show and being part of a team of the Level Up. And I'm still kind of like shocked of like how blessed for us to have this moment to be able to go through this together. And just want to, want to share my thanks because, no matter what journey we're all going through, I hear you. Like I have lost my family, and like Christine, I think all of us, our family that has passed, or our friends or people that we know that is family, they are living on through us. We are carrying through their legacy, and it's a part of us that will continue on doing what they want to do. So, just have that strength, hold on to us real tight, and one day we're gonna have a reunion and we're gonna all hug and squeeze each other.
Yeah, that will happen for sure. It's so glad.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And I appreciate you so much for sharing that piece and not knowing. So I had a little conversation. My piece is about my mother. It's actually a note to my mom. And if you guys don't know, my mom's intention was never to leave me, but at the end of the day, my parents left me. And so I have abandonment issues. I'm going through that still. And then 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, Danielle over here and I has a conversation at like 9 p.m. to like, I don't know, almost 11. And then we were comparing notes and she's like, sis, I think you might have ADHD. And I'm like, no, I don't. Okay, that evening, I literally made an appointment for a psychiatrist, my fifth one. And then I went through the process and I just found out last week that I have ADHD, adult ADHD. And she's like, did you cry? Did you get angry? Did you get mad? I'm like, no, I'm sad. Like, I'm sad, but I'm happy. And then I keep reading now in research mode and thinking, wow, this is explaining why I have issues waiting in line and I'm fidgety all the time and I'm doing a million things. And so I thought that was a residual effect because of I have an abandonment issue, but it could be, I don't know, it could be a lot of things. And so I talked to my mom. I said, hey, mom, I have a book coming out and it's about you. First thing she said, oh no, did you go ahead and lambast me again? Because I did that on Rattled Awake. And I said, no, it's actually, I'm grateful that even though we didn't get to spend time growing up, I actually, I was born because then I get to help people. I get to help as many people as I can who's willing to listen so I can help them, educate them, and level them up. And my mom's like, really? And she was like, she literally had her head like, really? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I can't wait to actually buy the book. And I'm like, no, no, I'll buy the book for you and I'll mail it to you. And she goes, can you sign it? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So it's really an amazing idea that Nick has about, leaving a legacy. And I actually last minute wrote this book because I was dreading writing the book. Like, oh my God. And every time I would write the book, I was like, man, I don't sound grateful. I sound ungrateful and I'm supposed to be grateful. So I had to redo it again. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I sound really mad on this note. So I had to redo it again. And then after about that, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Just leave it be. Because my intention and my heart sometimes don't align. And so that's the thing is, you have good intentions doesn't mean you're not hurting people. You still are hurting people because you're not mindful of what you said and what you're doing. And so I'm trying to do that. But before we end, we literally have 10 minutes, but I can extend it a little bit because I'm extrapolating the audio, okay, for this. So I want each and every one of you, and Russ had to leave, each and every one of you, 30 seconds, really, guys, okay? Give me something that you've learned doing this anthology for Nick. This is her dream, and we're helping her dreams. Hello. When can you actually say that I'm grateful, I'm affected by it, I'm hopeful, I'm inspired, but we're helping someone with their dream? So keep that in mind, okay? So 30 seconds, inspirational word. And we're going to have Nick say it the last because this is her anthology. So I'm going to start with my sister, Susanna. 30 seconds is of something inspirational you want to put out there for the world to hear.
Oh, she put you on the spot, huh?
She always puts me on the spot. That's what she does. CJ gives you homework. For me, I mean, the inspiration is being able to put a message out for others and at the same time being able to help a sister achieve a dream that she's had. That's really what it comes down to for me, is that simple. That's it.
Thank you.
Man, I thought you were gonna be like, don't listen to CJ. That was your 30 seconds. She gives you homework. Oh my God, it's out there. I'm gonna edit that for sure. Now it's our sister Christine. Sis, what is inspirational for you for the world to hear?
The inspiration that I have is having your family and loved ones and hurt and pain and sorrow be the catalyst. Let them be the wind beneath your wings for you to soar. Soar to the highest that you can be. So it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad, but take all of that and push yourself forward. So with that being said, the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
I love it. Wind beneath my wings. Who's gonna sing it? Willie, how about you?
That's great stuff. Hey, sis, man, this is great. It's a pleasure. But I would like to want to know, when you help others to live their dreams, you'll find yourself living your dreams. Many times that makes the difference in living out the fulfillment and manifestation of your dream when you help others to live their dream. And then their dream becomes your dream, and so forth and so on. It's all about a relay, right? And I would just like to say, like the chapter we're writing about on our last day here, it's not over as long as you're breathing. As long as you still have time, you have opportunity. And as long as you have opportunity, you still have the chance to become a better version of yourself and to just keep growing with the flow and live your legacy and leave your family that baton so they can be in a better position and take it further than you could. That would be my last word.
Awesome. Thank you. I like that. Grow with the flow. All right, Sister
Flow.
Danielle, what about your 30 seconds of inspirational thoughts for the world? Oh, she just hang up with us. It's her turn, I guess. How about Dr. New?
I like to say not only when we choose to help others, be a part of something bigger than yourself, and you elevate and help someone achieve their goals and their dreams, the universe will always bring much more to you because of your kindness, your love, and because when you're in it together and it's not about you, then there's a, I don't know what's the bigger word, there's a higher divine, higher calling that we are impacting globally, not only amongst ourselves, but to others. So you cannot make an impact by yourself. And I believe in collaborations. You rise when you lift up others, you rise by elevating others. So that is how we can be a better, bringing really humanity together and with loving kindness and compassion. And we're one. We're brothers and sisters, no matter what religion, what color, what industry we are. We have the same in common thread. So with love, you can do anything.
I love it. Welcome back, Sister Danielle. After you, it will be Carolyn and then Nick.
Technical difficulties. um, so yeah, I'm just coming to the realization that I'm just inspired to be around people. When I read it again, I thought, did I write that? And coming to the realization that I am the living legacy of my parents and those who came before me and honoring them. But there's a piece that I really love to get out there to anyone that's hurting, that had loss in their life recently or transitioning to pivoting to another space, that you are the epitome of a prayer answered, a testament of your hard work. You are a gift. And that's what I carry with me, to honor those around me, to keep on doing the good work in the world and making an impact one person at a time. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Carolyn, how about you?
You're not alone. That's my biggest inspiration. Is basically we all are sharing a story, and we're all connected in one way or another. With the two stories that I've heard, I noticed that everybody has their issues, but in some way they all fold together. Being a part of this community, and I always say when the going gets tough, just keep pushing forward. And if a message like that can be brought to, thousands or millions of people, then just keep pushing forward. God gives us strength for reasons, and we just need to keep our faith strong and pushing forward, and gather yourself with around positive people, and take away the negative, because positivity brings out the light, and when the light shines, you really are the brightest star in the sky.
Thank you. The song Shine Bright Like a Diamond. For some reason, it just pop up in my ADHD moment. Nick, take it over before I go unranted.
Oh boy. Okay, so what would be my takeaway? Or rather, my giveaway? It's a tough one because I have a lot. I would say recognize that the greatest gift you have ever received in your life is your life. And start there. Once you recognize the gift of yourself to you and to others, because you are a gift to others, and this is not in an egotistical way, know that just by being you, you may naturally offend others sometimes, even though that is not your intention. Do not lose you. You're the only one that has to sleep with yourself at night. Once you find yourself, and this was in my chapter, and my biggest advice was to find your why. When you find your why, your life is going to make sense. Everything that you have ever been through is going to fall into place, and you're going to understand why those things happened to bring you to this point, so that when you discovered your why, you would have the tools you need to make that purpose happen. And I found my why. And with it, I found angels around me that want to help me fulfill my purpose and my why. An anthology is not an anthology with one writer. 21 of us leave a piece of our souls in this book. So let's hope 10 generations from now, this book ends up that icky, dog-eared, ripped page, taped up, drop of pasta sauce, pulled out at Thanksgiving. Let me share this chapter with you. It's a gift. It's a gift from one of your long but not lost relatives. Thank you to all of you for this. It means the world to me.
Oh, so sweet. I don't want to cry. I still have a class to teach, 2 more classes. I'm really having a hard time. Like, oh my God, I'm the most emotional person ever. And I'm trying to hold on. That's why I keep drinking this cold, because I don't like to drink cold. And if I drink cold, I'm like, so I don't want to cry. But honestly, I'm so touched by everyone's story. I'm reading them, and I have the privilege to get to know you a little bit through your story. And we have so many people who are in our anthology who's not able to be here. And Michelle actually is on probably super late in South Africa right now, and our brother Timothy in Australia probably is working right now. So they're all over. But know that even though we're not physically together, we are together. We are connected, just like what Carolyn said. And she hasn't known me yet, but she has no idea what's coming to her. Yeah, Nick's going to give you a rundown of what's up. But anyhow, I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you guys so much for your time being here. Thank you guys so much for your inspirational thoughts. And as always, please be thankful for our life because it could be taken in any moment. Today, I'm going to leave you guys with I love you guys and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Tomorrow I
Thanksgiving,
have a show.
everyone. Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Noor, I
Thanksgiving.
see you. Hi, Kinga.
I know,
Steven,
King
go.
does
Where did you go? I'm sorry.
Steven's here
Oh,
too.
I didn't mean to rhyme that. But I just like
I
to
don't know
shout
why you're
everybody out.
screaming too. They're not even in this room. You're so funny. But we have a show of the four sisters, Susanna, Nicole, myself, and Christine. We have a show this Thursday. It's going to be on TV. This is live stream and it's going to be going to radio. So sometime this week, I'll let you guys know. It will be on Spotify. But other than that, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you guys when I see you. Bye, everybody.
Love, peace and love.
Thanksgiving. Love you all.
All right.